Ruth's story is one of tragedy, hope, faith, and love. The young widow finds herself alone and destitute after the death of her husband. But when she falls in love again, something miraculous happens. Let's delve into the Bible to uncover the incredible journey of Ruth, who defies all odds and becomes the ancestor of Jesus Christ himself. Ruth is facing an incredibly tough time after losing her husband. She's left all alone with her 2 kids, Mahlon and Chilion, and you can just feel her heart break. In a moment of vulnerability, she opens up to her friend Naomi about wanting to leave Bethlehem and head back to Moab with her family. Naomi, being the caring friend she is, tries to convince Ruth to stay, but deep down, she knows it's Ruth's choice to make. As they journey back to Moab, Naomi has to drop a heavy truth on Ruth. If she decides to leave, there's a good chance they might never see each other again. It's a gut-wrenching moment, right? With a heavy heart, Ruth says her goodbyes to Naomi and turns back toward her homeland, filled with sadness, but also a sense of determination. Back in Moab, Ruth meets an elderly man named Salmon. They quickly fall in love and decide to get married. However, little do they know that this union will have far-reaching consequences that extend beyond their own lives. Together, Ruth and Salmon have a son named Boaz, and while their happiness is overshadowed by the pain of losing a child, they find solace in each other's company and cherish the time they have together. Years pass and Ruth's son Boaz grows up to be a strong and prosperous young man. He's known throughout the land for his wealth and kindness, which makes him a respected member of the community. Meanwhile, Ruth's cousin, Obed, also finds happiness when he marries a woman named Jessie. Their union is blessed with the birth of a son, whom they named Jesse. Little did they know that this Jesse would go on to become King David's father and a pivotal figure in Jewish history. On another note, Ruth's cousin Obed finds his own slice of happiness when he marries a wonderful woman named Jessie. Their love story blossoms, and they welcome a son, also named Jesse. Little did they know, this Jesse would eventually become the father of King David, a super important figure in Jewish history. How cool is that? As time goes on, Ruth's family continues to grow and prosper. Her grandson, Obed, becomes the father of another Jesse, who later becomes the grandfather of King David. Through these generations, Ruth's bloodline remains strong and her legacy lives on. Meanwhile, back in Bethlehem, Naomi has had no news from Ruth for many years and has given up hope of ever seeing her again. Just when she's about to lose hope, she hears a rumor that there's a wealthy widow in Moab who's looking for her people. Could this be Ruth? With renewed determination, Naomi sets out on a journey to find her old friend. When Naomi arrives in Moab, she's overjoyed to find that it's indeed Ruth. The 2 friends embrace and are filled with joy at their reunion. But they soon realize that Naomi needs help and Ruth offers to send some grain back with her. When Naomi refuses, insisting that she doesn't need any help, Ruth persists and eventually convinces her to accept a gift of provisions. With the supplies in hand, Naomi prepares to return to Bethlehem. Upon her arrival, townspeople greet Naomi with kindness and offer her food and clothing. But despite their generosity, Naomi's heart is heavy with sadness. She knows that her daughters-in-law have returned to their homeland and feels like she never see them again. Little does she know that fate has a way of bringing people back together in unexpected ways. Naomi tells the women that she's returning to her home country because she's too old to marry again and has no one to care for her in her old age. This news saddens the women, who offer her comfort and support. Naomi continues her story, explaining that her 2 sons-in-law tragically passed away, leaving their young widows, Orpah and Ruth, without any male family members to take care of them. The women in Bethlehem listen attentively as Naomi describes how Orpah chose to stay in Moab with her family, but how Ruth insisted on returning to Bethlehem with her mother-in-law. Moved by Ruth's loyalty and determination, the women rally together to support Naomi upon her return. They welcome her back to town and shower her with gifts of food and clothing, ensuring that she be taken care of during her old age. One day, Naomi advises Ruth to find a new husband from among the young men of Bethlehem. She encourages her to go to the nearby threshing floor where Boaz, a wealthy landowner, is known to work. Naomi suggests that Ruth lie down beside Boaz under his cloak, hoping that he'll take her as his wife and provide for both her and Naomi. While it might seem like a risky plan, Naomi believes it's worth a try for the sake of her daughter-in-law's future. As Ruth prepares to carry out Naomi's plan, she's nervous but determined to secure a future for herself. She carefully approaches Boaz while he's working and lies down beside him, trusting that everything will work out for the best. When Boaz wakes up, he's surprised to find Ruth lying beside him. He's kind and compassionate, so he asks her why she's there and listens attentively to her story. Touched by her tale, Boaz promises to take care of her and make sure she's well provided for in the future. He also reveals that he's related to her deceased husband, Elimelech, which makes him a suitable match for Ruth. Impressed by Boaz's generosity and kindness, Ruth realizes that she might have found a good husband in him. Over time, Ruth and Boaz's relationship grows, and they eventually decide to get married. It's a joyous occasion for both of them as they look forward to building a life together. After their marriage, Ruth gives birth to a son whom they name Obed. This brings great joy to both families, and everyone celebrates the arrival of the new baby. Many years later, when Obed grows up, he becomes the father of Jesse, who's known for his upright character. Jesse's son, Isaiah, carries on the family's legacy and becomes the father of yet another Jesse, who eventually leads his people to victory over the Philistines. But perhaps the most famous member of Ruth's lineage is her next descendant, King David. David's deeds are spoken of in songs and poems, and he's remembered as a great leader and warrior. But the story doesn't end there. King David's son Solomon becomes the father of another Jesse, who is believed to be the ancestor of Jesus Christ himself. This means that through her union with Boaz, Ruth has become the great-grandmother of Jesus. It's a remarkable lineage that connects her to some of the most important figures in Jewish and Christian history. From a young widow struggling to survive to the ancestor of Jesus Christ, Ruth's journey is nothing short of miraculous. Her story teaches us about the importance of perseverance, faith, and love in the face of adversity. It shows us that even when things seem bleakest, hope can still shine through and lead to unimaginable blessings. As we reflect on Ruth's incredible journey, let's remember that we, too, have the power to overcome obstacles and achieve our dreams. Let her story inspire us to keep going even when times are tough and to never give up on hope. So thank you, Ruth, for showing us the true meaning of strength, resilience, and faith. If you enjoyed this video and want more videos like this, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue sharing these inspiring stories with the world. So grab a cup of tea or coffee and settle in as we delve into the fascinating accounts from the Bible. You'll be captivated by the tales of love, loss, faith, and redemption that will leave you feeling inspired and uplifted. From heartwarming stories of kindness and compassion to nail-biting accounts of courage and bravery, we've got it all. So sit back, relax, and let the adventures begin. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss out on any of our exciting new videos. Let the journey begin.